Welcome back to another Film Geek Movie Spotlight. Today I'm talking about the 1998 film Perfect Blue.
This is Mima's last performance with Cham.
Thank you all so much. I'm really happy that I spent the last 2.5 years being a part of Cham and sharing it all with you. I really hope that I can entertain you just the same as an actress. So now, if you please.
Perfect Blue is directed by Satoshi Kon, and it tells the story of a pop star who decides that she wants to become an actress. Well, this doesn't stand so well with one of her obsessive fans, who decides to start stalking her. During the course of the stalking, she becomes kind of mentally unstable and starts seeing things that may or may not be there. Perfect Blue is based off a 1994 novel of the same name, and it's also Satoshi Kon's directorial debut. And he owes it to his work on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OAV. An OAV is an original video animation, OAV. Basically, it means an anime that never aired on television or in theaters, only on video. The producer of Perfect Blue liked his work on JoJo and thought he'd be a good fit to direct this film. Kon took the job because he couldn't resist the allure of directing. Plus, the author of the book allowed him to change the story as much as he liked. But 3 things had to remain in the film. Number 1, the main character is a pop idol. Number 2, she has a fan stalker. And number 3, it is a horror movie. Perfect Blue was released February 28th, 1998, and it grossed somewhere around $780,000 in the US and Canada. I couldn't get any exact dollars on the Japanese box office, but it did cost somewhere around 3 million yen to make this film. The movie is sitting on Rotten Tomatoes, though, at an 83%. So I may not be sure if it was a financial success. It was, however, a critical success. So what do I like about this movie? Well, first off, the story in this film is outstanding. It is definitely a very well-crafted mystery film. You at no time really know exactly what's going on. The film has a very dreamy kind of vibe to it, and you never really know what exactly is reality and what is just in the main character's head. So you never really know what's going on. The lead in this film too is a very likable person. You really do start to get a sense of, fear for her. You start worrying about her because of the stalker. You start worrying about her because she's starting to have these visions. Maybe somebody's messing with her. You don't really know. The film takes the ideas of, something like an idol and fandom and really exposes the horrific side to that type of situation for the celebrity. That's something that you're going to notice with Satoshi Kon, by the way. He has this thing with idols and pop culture. The animation in this film is also outstanding. Satoshi Kon has a really unique and distinct animation style. It doesn't look like any other typical anime out there. This is not your big eyes anime girls in, sailor outfits who get powers from the moon kind of anime. This is really a film. This is something that you could see as a live action film, but it just happens to be animated. And the thing is that Satoshi Kon liked working in animation. He liked the medium. Now, that is something that's very hard to explain in the United States. For some reason, people have it in their heads in the United States that animation is a genre. No, it is a medium. It is just another medium of making film. And that is what he liked to work in. And the reason is because film in his mind was live action film was kind of limiting. And he would have a vision in his head on the way things would look, and there's just no way that he could pull that off with a live action film. And so he had to turn to animation. And this movie, it is nowadays, something like this could easily be turned into a live action film, but for its time period in 1998, it would have looked a little sloppy. Now, I do believe that there is a Japan or a Japanese live action version of this film, but I don't think it holds a lot of the same girth or impact that the animated film does. From what I saw, I believe it was sitting around like a 6.3 on Metacritic or something like that. So one of those rating sites. Needless to say, if you find Perfect Blue live action, it may not be as good of a film as the animated one. So stick with the animated one. All right, guys, and one last thing I want to add about this movie is the fact that, yes, it may be animated, but I do believe that this is a film that translates well to anybody. Even if you're not a fan of anime, if you're not a fan of animation, I do believe that you will enjoy this film because the story is very complex, the characters are very deep, and it really means something. There's a point to this whole movie, and it does have some legitimately scary atmosphere in this film. It's got a very creepy vibe, and there are some very, very uncomfortable scenes. That is something also that I want to kind of prepare you for with this movie. There are some very uncomfortable scenes, that some things that she has to do on her rise to being an actress. And let's just say that it's a bit questionable. It kind of falls into the Requiem for a Dream category in some of the stuff that she goes through. So if this film sounds like something that might be up your alley, well, don't worry, you can currently find it streaming on Shudder, and you can also rent it on Google, Vudu, and Redbox. Wow, two things I don't ever get to talk about very often. Redbox and Shudder. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.